Hey everybody. Last video I talked about the stream of consciousness. The stream of consciousness was your divine inheritance from God at the time of your birth for navigating life here in the physical. I know, it's a lot to take in. It's a lot for me to talk about as well, because God knew that we'd get lost, right? And He wasn't wrong. We get lost a lot, but it's your number one information source. Every good idea, every good insight, any positive thing that ever came to you out of nowhere, that's where it came from. And it's connected, believe it or not, to a higher source, a universal consciousness. That big swirly thing above the earth, that's it. That's essentially God's consciousness. And we all have it here. We've got like our own mini portable versions in our mind, just swirling around. The problem though is that we haven't been tuning into it, right? We get these insights and we're like, oh, sweet, awesome, but we're not putting them into reality. We're not acting on them, because our role here, in my opinion, is to fulfill the actions. We get the idea, we get the insight, the information, and now it's time to carry it out and to bring it into reality, right? Simple as that. We shouldn't have to do any thinking. So this video, I'm going to talk about intuition, all right? Your intuition is actually also something that comes from your stream of consciousness, but not in the way you think. This is going to blow your mind. When I discovered this from my stream of consciousness, yours will be different. I don't think you guys want mine, by the way. Mine is all truth-based knowledge. And there's a lot of tough truths out there, but the good news is humanity is going to be good. We just have to listen to our stream of consciousness in order to fulfill our best lives. And if we all do that collectively, let's think about that. We'd all be depending on each other, and then there'd be no need for greedy corporations, right? And corrupt politicians and corrupt Department of Education, right? This is all stuff, believe it or not, guys, that Elon knows, Trump knows. I think every world leader knows about this stuff. I'm probably one of the few peasants that knows about this, because I tuned into mine. Simple as that, because I'm a loner. But you don't have to be a loner. You just gotta tune in a little bit more. But I'm gonna show you where your intuition comes from, and it's wild. Check this out. And I'm gonna try to explain this in as short and concise of a manner as I can. You see, every scenario that you find yourself in where you have to do extra thinking, like make a decision, make a choice, give an explanation for whatever it might be, which we have to do all the time, right? Every day in life, we have to do that. Our stream of consciousness detects this as like an error, as like a disruption in its flow, because it perceives it. If it could talk, it would say, why are you thinking right now? I've been giving you the best information 24/7. Why are you thinking right now? But hey, it's still awesome. It still helps us out. And this is what happens when we have to think about it, making a choice or whatever it might be. What happens is it causes a disruption in its flow, like a space or an error, as they call it, like that. This error gets transferred, creates an impulse, gets transferred to you as your intuition, just like that. Wild, right? And there's a catch to it. The catch is, you got 1 second to act on it, right? Express it in the physical world to resolve whatever situation you're in, and then be done with it. And it's giving you the best possible explanation, choice, whatever. But what usually happens? Well, we miss it, right? Here comes the emotions, right? We got to think about it, and then here comes our emotions clouding our judgment, and then it's gone, right? It's always going that way, right? It wastes no time. And before you know it, hey, your best possible choice is gone, your decision, forget it. And then whatever choice you make after that, it's the wrong one. Absolutely wild, right? So when you think about that in the grand scheme of things, that means we've been making the wrong choices, wrong decisions for hundreds of years. And that also leads to bad information. So bad information creates more bad choices, creates more bad information, and then we get stuck in that loop, right? Because the economy collapses every so often, and then we have a war every so often, synchronicities, they're not a coincidence. There's a reason why all this stuff is happening, all this bad stuff, right? So 2025, I think we know to some degree what we should be doing, which is listening to this and just living more truthfully. Because the more truthful you live your life, and I know that encompasses a lot of things. What does that really mean? Well, it just, at its core, to me, truth is life. And every decision, every choice you make should somehow support life or not infringe upon life. You know what I mean? Because sometimes you got to take the short end of the stick, and that's okay as long as it doesn't hurt you or anybody else. So we just have to think more. I shouldn't say that because now I'm going against what I just said. But if you have to think, which we'll probably never get to this stage where we're just a perfect species. But to me, that's how a perfect species will operate, right? Could you imagine that? If we all operated on this 24/7, we would never think. We wouldn't even have to talk. Isn't that wild? We'd simply be informed by our stream of consciousness. We'd be builders. We'd just be building. But the best things would come from that. You know what I mean? So, I mean, this is one of those conversations that can go, it's like never ending, but it's amazing to think about. I think we should just worry about improving ourselves 25%, right? We can still think, but just be careful that what you say to people don't cause pain. It doesn't cause them to get the short end of the deal. You know what I mean? All your choices should have at least a good outcome or a neutral outcome, right? So yeah, this is, when I discovered this stuff, I was like, wow. So this reality we live in, yeah, it's false because it's severely underdeveloped. And this is why, I'm telling you guys, this is why Gen Z and the younger generations are coming into the world and they're growing up, and then one day they go, something ain't right here. Because they're right. Their stream of consciousness, right? God's doing his job every time. Here you go, you're born, I love you. Go kick ass, right? We're not doing our job. Well, we haven't been able to. And it's not our fault. It's really nobody's fault. Nobody believed in this stuff. Let's just be honest. And this is now, I think, what some leaders are finding out in other countries, like, wow, it exists. And that's a good thing, right? It restores meaning and purpose to all things, right? There's nothing to be scared about. This means there's a purpose for us being here. And I kind of have my own, I don't want to say explanation, but I have some thoughts on that, which are really, I think they're interesting. But the main takeaway from this, guys, is just start following whatever that thing is. It could be anything. Content creation, whether it's being a musician, tradesman, and we need tradespeople. Like 130 million plus baby boomers have retired from the workforce. Think about what that means. And it's not just about filling in work roles, guys. We're in a new era, believe it or not. There's like a fourth revolution going on right now that we need to like speed up so we can manifest. I don't like using that word because it's kind of overused and it got corny, but literally so we can manifest an entire new reality, which we can only do if we follow what's here and here. That's truly what God wants. He just wants us to lead our lives, not lead anybody else's, right? If we lead our lives, then we bring into creation our passion, whatever that might be. It's beautiful, right? And then that's when we have something awesome to talk about, right? So I'll stop right there. I'm gonna try to keep the uploads coming more regularly. I hope I can do that. I struggle making these videos, believe it or not. I'm not comfortable talking on camera. My brain's this big, but there's something about getting on camera that holds me back, but I'm getting better as I go along. But if you guys, hey, if any of you want to be an educator, whatever, and you're having a hard time with this as I am, just do it. Just do it. Get all the bad takes out of the way, because you can't. Trust me, if I can do it, you all can too. Practice. I've been doing this at my school, by the way. My school, I'm like kind of scared. I think this school is going to close down because I don't ever see students up here, and if I do, it's I don't know, there's not that many students here. It's like whatever, 30 cars in the parking lot, if that. And my brother was telling me that the school might close up, which is wild to me. The school is so beautiful. This room is just like, it's on the 3rd floor, and it's great that I can use it here at the school, because I hate doing this stuff at home, right? It's just not the proper setting for it. But yeah, sorry for rambling on, guys, but thank you all so much for the love also you show me here on TikTok. I can't believe that I have, what do I say, received that much of reception for this stuff, because I get no love on any of the other social media sites, because this is all new to me. But thank you guys so much. I got no words. Seriously, I love you all. Till next time.